Welcome to our presentation on GEMS on steroids by the iCoding Forum. This 21-page document is available on our website, the iCoding Forum, and it is available at no charge. And again, it outlines a simple GEMS conversion of 27 codes from ICD-9 to ICD-10. Now, the GEMS system is called the General Equivalence Mapping. It is a tool to crosswalk ICD-9 to ICD-10 codes. Most of the GEMS conversions will crosswalk to an unspecified code. You will see in GEMS that there are actually 4 codes for each code in ICD-9 for eye care because we have 2 eyes, and we introduced the concept of laterality. So you will have a right eye code, a left eye code, a bilateral code, and then unspecified. And the unspecified, which is usually a 9, is what the GEMS will crosswalk you to, which is technically an incorrect code. You should know which eye the condition is in. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually talk you through my logic here and our product here. Again, this is what I call GEMS on steroids. It's essentially a conversion service that the iCoding Forum offers. Most other competing organizations actually charge around $2,500 for a typical eye care clinic to convert all their codes. Again, what we will do is take your codes and provide custom output just the way you want it using our product. So in here, our first spreadsheet, you'll see we have everything organized by rank. We have the ICD-9 code. We have the description, the original description that they sent us. We have an ICD-10 code, and then the long description that is part of GEMS. So this is what is a simple GEMS conversion. And you notice, for example, the hypermetropia, it goes to a bilateral code, and that has a 3 on it. So 3 is going to be the bilateral. Here we have ocular hypertension. Notice it crosswalks with the last digit is the 9. Also note in ICD-10 that the ICD-10 codes start with a letter, and they can be up to 7 characters. In addition, they can actually have a letter in the middle. So if you look here on the primary open-angle glaucoma, we have what are known as the placeholder codes, and then we have a digit to indicate the stage, code. So again, this is interesting, but it's not really usable for several reasons. For one, the names are too long to fit on a P-ticket or cheat sheet. So we have to add a short common description. And this is not in GEMS. This has to be done manually. So you can see I have now created these short descriptions on the right, so we can now fit these on one page. Now, in addition, the order of the diseases needs to be meaningful, like an index, with the main term first and then the subterm second. So notice that we now have ordered the codes by disease, and instead of being regular astigmatism, it is listed as astigmatism, regular, and then here we have the unspecified eye. So we still have our 27 codes, but we now have created a more meaningful list that we've sorted by disease using ICD-10. Again, this is not in GEMS. Now, this list is much better, but we're not done. It's incomplete because in ICD-10, the codes expand. For example, we have around 13,000 codes in ICD-9, and these will expand to approximately 69,000. One of the major reasons they expand is the introduction of what we call laterality, and you can see here that we've now expanded our astigmatism to actually 4 codes in ICD-10. You have your bilateral, your left, your right, and your unspecified eye. So we now have 4 codes. Notice that on the blepharitis, we actually have 7 codes. So we have 2 codes each by eyelid, and then there's actually 3 unspecified eyelid codes. Now, in our custom version, I will be recommending to the clinics to not put in the unspecified code on your fee ticket. Now, this is something obviously that needs to be discussed. I cannot imagine a situation where again, the eyelid or the eye is not specified. Again, this is going to be an issue with compliance because it will need to be in the documentation. So you really can't report something if it's not documented. There will be audits for compliance on ICD-10, so that's part of our process in that you need to start your audits early in 2014. So again, we have these 4 codes, you have 7, and here you can see we have our list. It's sorted by the ICD-10 code name. But do notice that it's not in order. In other words, this is sorting by the common description here, and you notice that it bilateral goes first, left, right, and then unspecified. So the codes are not in order. You notice we have a 3, 2, it goes 1, 9. So these codes, these actually go backwards here on the bottom here. You can see these codes are not in order by description alone. Okay, now we have 86 codes. So 27 expanded to 86. In our example of, again, this is simply a list of 27 of the top 27 codes for a typical clinic, and it's just what they sent to us. We're not saying these are the best codes or these are all correct in any way. It's just a typical clinic, 27 codes, and they will expand, in our case here, to 86. Now this list below, we decided to sort it by ICD-10 code alone. So now you see that it's sorted here on the left with the D codes, E, and now all the codes are sorted by the ICD-10 code. However, a lot of clinics probably won't want this kind of organization. That's not the way they're set up now, and it's not as meaningful. With GEMS on Steroids, we now have a meaningful expanded sorted alpha list, plus we've now sorted it by ICD-10 code within each code type below. So you see we have astigmatism up front, which would be an easy index item, but we also have it organized by ICD-10 code. So we see that's now right eye first, left, bilateral to unspecified, and that's the organization in the ICD-10 manual. So we now have a sorted, organized list that's meaningful with our expanded list of 87 codes.